Oh, hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're back with the Fenix A320 for the second day in a row, and today we're gonna see how it runs at a payware airport. This is ORBX Prague, which is a very demanding airport, which should definitely test how optimized or how not optimized the Fenix A320 is. First of all, I'm going to be showing my settings, which I forgot to do during the first video. I'm going to show you guys a very useful tip as well to sort of improve your performance. And then we're going to set up a short flight and take off just like the previous video. So yeah. Oh, this time I maxed out the volume so you guys are going to be able to hear everything. The engine startup in full detail, and also all the switches and stuff as one would expect. First of all, we're gonna walk around and see how the frames go, but obviously first things first, we gotta check the settings. So general options, what are we running settings wise? 1080p locked to 30 FPS for a reason. In flight sim, you would much rather have a solid frame rate rather than, you know, your frame rate just rocking all over the place. If you cannot go for 60, go for 30. It's a compromise, but it's better than, like, you know, your frame rate jumping back and forth like 45, 50 back to 25. It is just not fun. Your muscle memory is gonna thank you if you stick to a frame rate, a solid locked frame rate. So 30 it is. DX11 global rendering quality on custom, TAA ultra. As you can tell, the only thing that's not maxed out here is the terrain shadows, which are quite demanding, but everything else maxed out. And terrain LOD at 200, and motion blur on medium because motion blur is just lame either way. Okay, so now that we've been through the settings, let's finally walk around a little bit, see how it's gonna cope with that. As you can see, it's a very neat day, clear in Prague. Lovely day. Morning, actually. It's 11 a.m. Not real time though, but it's 11 a.m. Look at that, really neat. Oh, that thing seems to be lagging, isn't it? Animation for that. Where is it meant to be that way? Look at that, quite slow. Very nice airport, by the way. ORBX did a wonderful job. Look at that, just look at it. It's insane. But the point today is not the airport. The point is obviously the Fenix A320 down there. Look at it. It is absolutely great. As you can see, the frame rate's being very tame. RAM usage is quite high, but we are getting a stable 30 frames. Then again, the airplane is cold and dark. We're gonna see the real figures once we turn it on, and then we're finally gonna be able to gauge whether it copes with payware or not. Hopefully it does. Oh, look at that reflection. Oh boy, it's amazing. All right, without further ado, let's get inside the cockpit. Ooh, that took a little bit, didn't it? Okie dokie, 30 FPS still. Let's get this thing started up. We have the GPU already connected, as you could listen to it while we were walking around the aircraft. Okie dokie, tablet's already there as well. Maybe I should import the flight plan first. Let's do that. Let's open the Fenix app and get the flight plan going. So tap to import from scene brief. It's gonna complain. Okay, let's dismiss that. So departure time, we're oh yeah, plane is cold and dark. I assume it's like 11 something because I loaded up at 11 local. So that would be 10Z because it's 1 hour ahead. Oh, we have the clock right there. I'm dumb. It's 9Z, 9:14Z. So let's say 9:30. That should work. Update STD. There you go. So we have 16 minutes. Okay, that's perhaps a little. Let's try 9:45. Oh my god, 9:45. Because 16 minutes is just wishful thinking. We got a lot to cover. It's gonna be fun once the systems are up and running. That's when we're finally gonna be able to gauge whether it's really optimized or not. Okay, so we have that going. Let's go on ground. Actually, mass imbalance, because we got to start boarding. 154 passengers, 4.5 kilos of cargo, 6.5 fuel. Okay, let's try fast time. Want to save time. Don't really want to be here all day because we have a lot to cover once again. Okay, so let's start the batteries first. Wait a little bit, watch the voltages. 26.9, that's okay. It's crazy how like it's really random, the voltages, because it wasn't 26.9 last time. So apparently it does have a life of its own in a sense, like it's gonna be completely random, which is nice. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a very nice thing. Okay, so we have external power available. Do we? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, listen to that, would ya? Hell yeah, it's coming to life. Look at it. 30 FPS still, pretty neat. Okay, let's align the inertials. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. Because like I said on the previous video, this ADRs is different to the one I'm used to. But I assume you put it on P-pause or whatever. Maybe you don't even mess with it, but whatever. I saw a guy putting on system 3. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, honestly. I gotta read on that thing later, but for this one you just wait for the on-batch to vanish, then you do 1, 2, 3, like so. I'm gonna get informed, and then another video shall follow, eventually a full-blown tutorial. But the fact is, I've done it this way good 6 times already since the airplane released, and it's been working just fine. So, oh boy, it's definitely it definitely works. As much as it could be incorrect, it does work. It's lining up fine, so it's aligning fine. So not a reason for concern, I guess. Okay, let's get to the MCDU now. Oh boy, look at it, dust, amazing. All right, so now we go ATSU, AOC, flight init might, and then let's initialize our flight plan. We're flying today from Prague to Vilnius. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Although, yeah, there you go, EYVI. Then we go on init. It's init request again, this time on MCDU. I wish it would be linked so that when you init it there, it sends it over to the MCDU, but that's I mean, it's not really the end of the world. I mean, you can fill that up manually. You're not gonna die if you type in a couple more characters. AC position invalid. Interesting. Okay, let's get our flight plan. Boarding is underway already. Let's get our pilot brief. Let's see, what do we have here? Click to import. Come on. 350, 370. I'm gonna go with 370. Not gonna do this step climb. Don't wanna bother. So, oh, connection lost. Great. Great, thank you. My connection is not gone. Okay. Whatever. I'm pretty sure it's not lost. It's just Microsoft being Microsoft. Soon enough, it's gonna be like connection reestablished. Okay, 24. That's not. I cannot take off from 24. Steam Brief has let me down because runway 24 is actually undergoing maintenance until July, I think. So it's only runway 30 and runway 12. So, nope. That's not. Is it 12 or is it? Yeah, runway 12 and runway 30, which is the one that's right behind me. That's the runway that's active, so we cannot take off from 24. Although this is a historical flight, so in a way the runway was available back in the day. So retro flight, retro livery and stuff. But I'm gonna take off from runway 30 for the sake of realism, I guess. Alright, so flight level 370 for today's flight. 370. Cost index, I'm gonna go with 25. I'm not sure what Czech Airlines used back in the day, but I'm gonna go with 25. Just a hunch. Okay, 872. So CSA 872. Put that in there, and then we get the wind for the climb and descent and so on. Do we have the load sheet already? Let's see. Receive messages. We do not have a load sheet. Sad. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta get the meter for Prague. Let's see. It is 10:15. Okay, so we put in a 10:15 here, a 10:15 here as well. It's a tough one to reach. Oh, you can actually see the pixels still. Nice. Because I changed my... oh, actually, the thing that I was going to mention that helps with the performance, if you change your rendering to performance, you gain mad frames. It's insane. It is a little blurry from up close, but from afar you cannot really tell the difference. And it saves mad performance. It's insane how much difference it makes, and even so you can still see the individual pixels, so that's a plus. Alright, so flight level 370. I'm flying offline, so I'm gonna do the initial climb. I think it's 9,000 for Prague, although I'm not really sure. It doesn't have the restrictions there, maybe because we don't have alignment, although this doesn't make sense, does it? Let's wait. Well, I think it's 9,000. For the time being, I'm just gonna put it there. 9,000. Oh, not 10, 9. Okay. So we have 4 minutes until we're aligned. So we're taking off from runway 30. There we go. Via R23N. Insert. There we go. Oh, now we do have the... where is it? No, we don't. God, where the constraints at? Where did they go? Alright, okay. See. In the meantime, as we wait, let's go check our secondary flight plan. We copy active. Then we're gonna do something pretty neat here. We're gonna hold here. Course. That's a good question. I don't have charts at hand, so I don't know what's the engine out procedure here, but I'm gonna just YOLO. So it's we're going, so runway 30, right? So it's 300, and then we want a very neat hold so that we can return. So let's turn, because the other runway's at a very outer end, so it doesn't really interfere. We could turn 150 and a left turn. Okay, so here's the hold. Amazing. Does it have it? Oh yes, it does have it. And then once we have done the hold, we go back to Prague. Does that work? I'm not really sure if it works like that. Oh, it does. Okay, great. Arrival, runway 30 again. ILS, no start. Oh, that was not what I wanted. Oh, there we go. Once we have the alignment, we can see that better. But ideally, what I want to do here, what I intend to do with that, is that in case of an engine failure on takeoff, we hold for a little bit and then we can fly straight back. It flies a circle pattern and then takes us right back to the runway. I have failures disabled, obviously, but I mean, we're trying to mimic real life operations here, so that's something they do take into account. It's important. You never know what's going to happen, and as you know, accidents wise, the odds are a lot higher on takeoff and arrival, so, and landing, so that it's very important to take that kind of stuff into account. You really want to have a return plan, something easy that it can easily rely on in case of emergencies. Bird strike, engine failure, or hydraulic failure, it doesn't really matter. Look at the reflections. My god, this is... I cannot have enough of how pretty this airplane is and how decently it runs. Like, I'm amazed. It's... I mean, it does have occasional stutters, but I do think that's the Volant autosave, which I use. Okay, we have alignment. Now we should be able to see what I've done with the flight plan. Let's see if it works. I'm not really sure if it did work, honestly. Oh, look at that. Okay, so apparently it didn't really work, but oh, he did. Wait up a minute. Let's zoom out a tad. Okay, so actually it didn't work for a reason, because I assumed this waypoint would be a lot closer to the runway. It's all the way there. So instead we should do PR 840 for the hold. Let's do that. So here we go, hold. And it's gonna be the same procedure. We're gonna go inbound 150 to the left. That should work. Revert to left. There. And then if we return, do we have the hold? Yeah, we do. Look, now if we zoom in closer, you can see now it's a lot better. But there is a problem still, because I mean the runway is there, the waypoint's there. But the idea is that once you're holding there, you kind of have you take your time to figure out what's wrong. So on an ECAM, and you get your quick reference handbook, figure out, hey, this is the thing that's actually broken, and then you fly back to the airport. So that the hold's just to buy you some time on departure, and then you fly back. Actually, I could do something different, because I assume in case of an emergency you don't care whether there's a tailwind. So we could go straight into runway 12. Oh yeah, that should work, right? So we go 12, not 24. Oh my god, that was not the plan. No, what are you doing? 12. There you go. No star. And then now we should technically, oh yeah, but the problem is still doesn't really that's definitely better. Yeah, I mean, you could exit the hold up here and then just DCT to CY12. The idea is just that, I mean, the flight plan works, the alternate flight plan, so that's a plus. It's a little cursed, it's not ideal, it's not how I would want it should be, but it's there. It's definitely there. Now we go on prog page, we go into EYVI, I think that's it. It's gonna tell us the distance, 486 nautical miles. Amazing. Okay, so we exit flight plan mode. Do we have boarding complete? Oh, we do. Dismiss. Do we have the load sheet finally? Come on, tell me we do have it. We do. Start the final. Apparently 60.9. Nice. Okay. So page 2, 60.9. We put a slash there, and next. Oh, because in the FS Labs you switch pages here. Here you just move up and down. Okay, that does make sense. 30.4. All right. So put in 30.4 there, and fuel block. What do we have for block? 6.5. Great. All right. So 6.5. There we have it. K. We have the wind already. We have the figures. Now we gotta calculate performance. Okay, so we go back to the tablet. Oopsie daisy. There you go. Here's the tablet. Oh my god, that's not what I wanted to do. Still, whatever. Departure performance. So we're departing out of runway 30, right? Oh yes. Runway surface is dry with synchronized load sheet. Live weather. 1014. What? So let's change that. Disappointed. The meter was wrong. It let me down. Microsoft. Being Microsoft cannot rely on the meter. Have to rely on the whatever flight sim gives you. Apparently it's not linked. Alright, so 150, 150, 152 for the takeoff. Right, performance 150, 150 again, 152. We're not, no takeoff shift this time around. 1 down 0 0. Okay. 1 down 0 0 and flex to temperature 63. Okay, there we have it. Okay, performance. Now we should start the APU. Master switch, count to 3. There. Where's the APU? APU, there. Okay, so flight plan is already set. We have our return plan in case of failure. We have our initial climb set. Oh yeah, now we have 10,000 for the, okay, there. Great. Now we just wait for the APU to come to life, and then we should be dandy. That's about it. This airport's great. My god, look at that. ORBX did such a great job with the textures and stuff, and it's running so well. I mean, it's a full-blown payware. The stutters you see every now and then, it's just the autosave. It's not the game itself. I like to make sure and save every 5 minutes, because you never know what could go wrong. There you go. APU is available. We turn on the bleed. And now that we have the bleed on, we get rid of external power. The pumps also can come on. Then we turn the beacon, strobe light. So we're preparing to push back. Crew supply turns on as well. Seat belts. Oh, I forgot this and that. I shouldn't have forgotten that. Why did I forget that? Sorry, guys. That was not intended. Always start nav light and armed emergency exit lights before anything. Like, literally, you turn on the external power, you flick that right after it. I shouldn't have forgotten. Okay, so APU is available and fine and dandy, so we could call for pushback already. Let's do that. We have the performance, we have everything already, so we just gotta go and push. Ground services. We don't need GPU anymore. We don't need ground chocks. Connect tug. Let's go. Then we start our pushback. Actually, parking brake. Oh my god, what the hell? Is it auto-saving again? Probably. Parking brake off. Start pushback. Alright, there we go. We're pushing, boys. Start engine. Oh, wait for green. It's not turning green, is it? No, it doesn't want to turn green. Okay, fine. I mean, not that it doesn't want to turn green. It should be red at first and then turn green. But it's... Oh my god, what the hell? That was mad stuttery. Jeez. Okay, now we turn this way. Is that it? Oh yeah, look at it. Oh, it's gonna back us into that wall, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh boy. Oh, stop. I think it might have just done that. It might. But, oh boy. Oh boy. Oopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy. I'm really sorry. I miss having a like GSX, you know, an actual pushback tool that you can pre-plan your pushback and stuff. Start engine 1 now. Oh my god, look at that. Ah. Shame on me. That was not a plan. But it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, what difference does it make? You know? I should have... Then again, you know, you don't have like any sort of fine control with this way of pushing back. Because with GSX you can pre-plan it and then you tell exactly where it's gonna turn. Here you gotta be watching closely. And then as I was busy with the engine startup, I just kind of forgot that I was supposed to be taking care of that. Watching out for the wall. I didn't even know there was a wall to begin with, honestly, because I think the prog that was used to by Aerosoft didn't have that wall. So that was the least of the concerns, and now there is a wall there. It's fine. Okay, available. Normal, flaps 1, ground spoilers armed, taxi lights are on. Oh yes, baby. Okay, so we can turn off the APU. The frames are starting to struggle, as you can tell. Just a little bit. Once you look towards the terminal, it drops a bit. But that's going to be fixed as soon as we get the hell out of here. Let's get rid of the tug, because we can finally taxi. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's get the VORs like so. Auto brake max for takeoff. Although you should set them closer to the holding point rather than now, because if you brake a little bit too abruptly, you could trigger the auto brake max for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, all right. So parking brake still off. Let's turn the transponder, which I should have turned a long time ago, and then we power up just a notch, like so. Let's get moving. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, pedal disconnect. Amazing. Somehow it's still it's whatever. Oh, it's not linked. It doesn't save the setting. Oh god, come on. It's still not saving. I don't know if it's because it's per airframe, which could as well be why. This is very confusing. So why does... I didn't want that to be on either. Why does he have like the overhead on, the lights for the overhead on the FCU, but the rest is not? Like what? That's so confusing. The cold and dark preset's just confusing. Straight up weird. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Some lights being on and the others not being on. But anyway, let's head to the holding point. Take off and call it a day. Yeah, frame rate's it's not great at the moment, but also it's not unplayable. It's not like, oh my god, I cannot fly, unflyable. You know, it works. It works well enough. I guess that's a plus. Oh, I like this angle. It's better than what I had before. This is my current preset. I think it does, in a way, it's kind of high, unnaturally high. I think if you move it like that, and maybe it should be more useful for landing. I could try that. Yeah, I should definitely try. Still trying to figure out a good camera angle, because I have a very decent one in the labs. I tried to replicate it here, and it should no avail. It didn't really work. It just felt unnatural. I don't know why, but it didn't. It just confusing. That's all I can say. Just very confusing. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna save this camera, yes, as camera number 2. So now I have one of this one, which yeah, it is very weird. That's probably why I'm like having issues in floating, because it's looking down a lot. It's like you're standing up instead of sitting down. This one looks more natural in a way, I feel. I could be wrong, but yeah, it seems better to judge your speed as well. This FOV, really neat. It's a lot more ample, because this one, you have like the cockpit's taking like a good 40% of your screen. With this one, it's taking less than that. It's taking maybe 25% of the screen, so you have a lot more screen real estate, which is very important if you're hand flying and stuff. So I'm definitely gonna give this one a try and see what happens. Although I would like to see the tip of the side stick, because it's nice when you're like recording landings and stuff. It's very nice to show the input, but it's whatever, honestly. At this point, I just want to be able to land this thing safely, because I mean, I've been getting nice landing rates, but it's just floaty. I've been floating way too much, so it's not proper landing. Even though it's not a smash, it just ain't a landing to be proud of. There's the TRA. Radar doesn't work anyway, so whatever. Trim is 0 for this takeoff, so we won't be bothering with the trim today. Let's line up very nicely right there. Oh la la, baby. Oh my god. that runner is so sloped. Look at that. Okay, just prepare for takeoff, shall we? Camera, where is the camera? Okay, there. Let's put a stick on the table. Okay, works. Then spar up to 50%. Okay, all good. Flex MCT takeoff, 63 SRS, auto thrust, blue, let's go. Let's go, boys. Oh, I forgot to disconnect the trim. Oh, it's whatever. I mean, the rudder works. So, the tiller, I mean, not the trim. But, oh boy. We're jumping around. Here we go. Here we go, here's the takeoff. Ooh, baby. Wow. Oh god. Oh god. There we go. That was something else. Holy cow. Talk about insane. Okay, now we can have this off. We can have this off as well. Back to climb. Goodbye, Prague. It was very nice. Lots of fun. But now we gotta go. I forgot the chrono. Let's pretend I didn't forget it. Look at that. Okay, almost at flat retraction speed. There. Check. Frames shall get back to normal once we get far away from the airport. Like so. That was 37,000 feet for the cruise today. 37. There. Climbing rather nicely. Optimal climb. Oh. What is happening? Well, I'm still getting used to the click spots. Can be very confusing. Oh, by the way, I have new... oh, this one is a single click, okay. I have new camera angles now. New wing views, look at that. Ooh, this one is great. And then we have this one. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. That one is not a preset. Then we have this one. This is my favorite by far. No, this one, yeah. That's the one I like the most. Look at it. This one is great though. But this one is just special. It has something to it. And then we have this one, which is the Efb Camera. My first default setting. Oh yeah, I forgot it's not synchronized. I should change that. There. I would change that now, actually. Oh, it's not there. It is under... It's here. Sim settings. Airframe, file information, pressure controls, linked. Oh yeah, that's about right. Okay, so landing lights can come off now, and I assume that should be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As you can tell, yeah, there is a clear difference performance-wise on payware. Like, Prague is quite demanding, and we had a little bit of a struggle with the frame rates after pushback, specifically with the engines on. It dropped to like 23, 24, but it's not unplayable by any means. Definitely not unplayable. And it gets a lot better if you, like I said, if you switch the rendering to GPU and use performance for the displays. It does help out a lot with big airports, because big airports tend to be very heavy on the CPU instead of being heavy on the GPU. You can notice that by how much the GPU usage actually differs between, like, let's say a small airport and then you go into a big airport. You see it drops. It should increase because it's a big airport, right? But nah. Actually, what happens is that the CPU gets a lot busier, so it cannot deliver as many frames for the GPU to render. So it just tanks the performance. That happened a lot in Flight Sim X as well and Prepared. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, time to go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feedback's much appreciated. Comment sections right down below if you guys have anything really to say or ask. Comment section's always there waiting for you. More than welcome. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys want more Fenix, let me know. So bye bye. Y'all take care. Have a great one.